So I want to read out a verse by Epictetus. He's a Stoic philosopher, and he says in his quote, he says, "For if a person shifts their caution to their own reasoned choices and the acts of those choices, they will at the same time gain the will to avoid. But if they shift their caution away from their own reasoned choices to things not under their control, seeking to avoid what is controlled by others, they will then be agitated, fearful, and unstable." One of the reasons why I resonated with this, and I could relate this to the circumstances in Cambodia and what I've observed recently in Cambodia since moving here actually, and since learning more about the Khmer Rouge in the 1970s. You know, a situation like the Khmer Rouge was so catastrophic. There was a leader who, rose to the top of the political landscape and committed genocide on a mass scale. Half the population was murdered, and there are people. The education system was absolutely obliterated, and his intentions were to go back to an agricultural society and start from ground zero. So, you could imagine the destruction that he caused. With intentions like that, you can imagine the destruction that was caused by this man Pol Pot. And how I can relate this quote from Epictetus to the current situation is, if you look around today and you observe the Cambodians and how they get on with their life today, it's fascinating. Really, it's really fascinating the way they just get on with things. It's so easy for people to get caught up and into the trauma and the into this sense of victimization, I guess, which is it's warranted in this case, because something like the Khmer Rouge was seems like there was no purpose behind it. There was no meaning behind it. It's hard to attribute meaning to something like that. And it was something that just came out of the blue, and